fight on the landing ground.
Thank you for joining us. You are listening to A Radio, and this is The Morning Moment. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. This piece I have entitled The Seeping of Communism. This reminds me of something my grandmother used to say to me over and over and over, and I never forgot it. Communism, seeping, creeping, never sleeping. Now, the other day, I was watching a PBS documentary, the Vietnam War, and I was watching the second episode when suddenly, without warning, I heard those unmistakable words. You know, those American Democrat words then started to lead into every democracy in the West. The unmistakable words, yes, there they were. I played them back. Had I misheard it? No, I hadn't. I heard it straight out of their own mouths. Well, you need to listen for yourselves. It's on the Vietnam War episode 2. I have a link on my website, but I don't think that'll be up very long. But the words social justice came straight out of the mouths of the Viet Cong themselves. Social justice. Where have you heard that before? If you are in any doubt where this term comes from, look it up. Links on my site, but here's just one example. Saul Alinsky, who was born to Russian Jewish parents in 1930, was personally an agnostic regarding religion. He was a communist Marxist fellow traveller who helped establish tactics of infiltration coupled with a measure of confrontation that have been central to the revolutionary political movements in the United States in recent decades. Alinsky never joined the Communist Party, but instead, as David Horowitz put it, became an avatar for the postmodern left. In 1946, Alinsky wrote Reveal for Radicals, his major book about the principles and tactics of community organizing. And here's the bit that I'm coming to that's important. Otherwise known as agitating for revolution. 25 years later, he authored Rules for Radicals, which expanded upon his earlier work. His writings and tactics outlined therein have had a profound influence on all social change and social justice movements. Those are the key words of recent decades. Here's another example that I just came across when I did some searching on the internet. There's an organisation called socialjustice.org. Take a look. And its motto is fighting against inequalities, income, wealth and power. That sounds more like communism to me. And it's a Canadian organisation, and it's also registered as a charity. The link will be on my site, but I urge you to look it up yourself. Look up those words and see how quietly and peacefully they have embedded their doctrine into our lives. And you never saw it coming. It's almost like death from 1,000 cuts. Your thoughts? Here's the clip.
Win Nop's father was a postal clerk south of Da Nang. His brothers and sisters taught in South Vietnamese schools. But he joined the revolution, and as a political officer wrote poems, songs, and slogans to inspire the people in the countryside to support the Viet Cong.
The Viet Cong cadre would come in and talk to them, and their message is usually biến đau thương thành hành động, which means turn your grief into action. Do something about it. Join us. We'll fight together. We'll liberate the country from this corrupt, unjust government. We'll throw out the foreigners. We'll reunify the country, and we'll bring in this great regime that will take care of you and bring economic and social justice.
You can find more at aradio.wordpress.com, where you can find links to us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Gab and email. We are continuing to reach out to you, so please pass on the links. Please click on the follow button on Spreaker.com. You can listen to all my morning moments at Spreaker.com under A Radio, that's EHRADIO, A Radio. And please click on the like button. And you can find all my podcasts and morning moments at aradio.wordpress.com and click on the Morning Moments tab.